So I want to make an amendment to my first video on this club, the Jigger. This is not a chipping club. It's described as around a 28 to 30 degree club, and the reason it's got such a skinny head is it's for hitting low flying shots to avoid the wind. Now I've started hitting full shots at this because I've noticed other Hickory golfers like Hickory Hacker hits his Jigger full. So I did a little more research on this club, and yeah, I think I got this confused with what's known as a run-up, a club that looks like a putting cleek, and you use it in the way I described for run-up, for long run-up shots and little around the green stuff. Come inside because it's raining. So we're gonna get this club out on the course, and I'm gonna show you its true potential and give an amendment to that video where I called it a chipper. But that's the fun of Hickory golf. I'm learning as I go, so bear with me. Sometimes I'm going to be wrong, but I still think the use of that club in the first video is valid. So when this video drops, I'm just gonna call it the Jigger Part 1 and Part 2. So I'm gonna show you 3 scenarios where I find this club useful after discovering its true potential. Full swing shots, long bump and runs like run-ups, like the aforementioned run-up club can be used, because the club I think I got this confused with, and the source I looked at also got it confused with the run-up. So we're gonna still use it as the run-up because it's just right. I think a run-up's usually more around the 20, 21 degrees, and jiggers are more around the 28 to 30 mark, from what I find. And then the final scenario will be ball advancement, when you're, off in the woods, you got stuff in your way, and this having, basically half an iron head, and the grooves only go down there. Like, this is a good, again, as its name suggests, to jig the ball out of, crappy lies where you just need to get it back in play but still advance the ball. Because no one likes to just have to punch out dead sideways and waste a shot. So if you have an opportunity to get out of trouble, this is good for hitting a little punch shot to get back in play while advancing the ball in a forward or somewhat forward direction versus just going straight out sideways. You could also do it with your 2-iron mid-iron, but sometimes you get stuck in a little rut, and with how these clubs dig in, you'll just end up chopping at it. So the design of the Jigger works well as a little rut club. When you're in a rut but need same deal, you could just knock out sideways and minimize the risk, but if the opportunity presents itself, you can actually get a good pick on it out of some, ruts and divots with the Jigger. So a situation that would make advancing the ball forward with some distance that would be difficult becomes much easier when you have this club. Yeah, that's why it took me so dang long to get the video on my Mashy Niblick and my Niblick out, and we finally got that done. Yeah, I just gotta get some stuff off the table, move into my new place, and I should be able to make videos on the regular. Also, I got that starter job at Indian Lake going well. Yeah, just some life stuff caught up, and that pretty much slowed down video production here for a bit. So here's one of the shots I was talking about. A lot of undulation, but it's all flat. Just don't poke it in the bunker and this will work. So long bump and run with the Jigger. Now we just got to avoid poking it in that bunker. Bounce. So I didn't get that the greatest. Then it rolled to the center of the green, so I have a 2-putt opportunity for my par. And that's not anything to cry about. So even though I flubbed it a bit, if I would have done that with a wedge, I would have been all down in this, really far away from the green. So the fact it still had enough roll to make it center mass is a good miss. You gotta hit it, dude. Alright, I can't underhit this one. The internet will never let me hear the end of it if I don't at least get this there. Shame we 3-putted, but I was not leaving it short. So the theory with the jigger worked. I just need to putt better. So yeah, that one actually happened naturally. So I'll get back to you when other shots that would be useful with the jigger will come up. Like we naturally had the long bump and run. I'm gonna do the full swing on the 4th hole because that's 140 yards uphill, so you can play like 155, 160. So it needs a 150 club with a little bit of stink on it, which my jigger is a 150, a 160, a little further than a 150 club. I get the 160 if I hit it really good. So I'll get back to you when I run into some trouble that the jigger can get me out, because I gotta poke it out of trouble to advance it. I'll get back to you on that. Otherwise, see you on the 4th tee. So we've played this hole before. It's 148 yards uphill. They got the tees more forward than normal. But because of the way this hole works, a good shot with the jigger should still be the right play. Ooh, and it's a blue back pin too. So yeah, that's definitely the call. So if I hit it good, it should get there. Here we go. See if I can deliver. I've just been too afraid to hit down on it. Try this again. There it is. Curve. Curve. There, that actually might be close. So there is where we ended up. And there's the pin. Not bad at all. Took us 2 tries, but we made it happen. On to the next scenario. So my approach shot from up there went cattywampus. Now I gotta get it under this tree so I can't lob it. Looks like we found another naturally occurring scenario for the jigger. So this is what I was talking about. Gotta pitch it under a tree, go from there to yeah. So I know I said 3 scenarios, but I did mention it's useful for this. We do got more longer grass than desired, but we got a nice run up. Go in the hole. So I let that one get away from me. So yeah, that one got plenty away from me, but it's on the green and it went under this here foliage, so could have executed it better, but the theory worked. So I see a place where we can show our final scenario for this club. Advancing the ball when you got a long way to go, but just advancing it with some distance so you're not completely screwed. So I'm gonna hit my tee shot, and then I'm gonna throw a ball down into that ditch down yonder and see if we can't jig out of it and give ourselves a opportunity to hit the green. So I'm gonna hit my tee shot, and I'll see you down in the ditch. Oh yeah, that's the rough terrain nastiness I'm talking about. Here's the ditch, here's my ball. Give me the jigger. Our goal is to advance it on the line of those bunkers. This lie sucks. Uh-oh, I think we hit it into the bunker. Actually, it's in the fairway. So yeah, that definitely gave us a look. And that actually came out a little bit higher than normal from the jigger, but the ball was so below our feet and in a horrendous lie. So that's the idea. Works really good out of jalopy, crappy lies. Like if you're in a ditch. So we're uphill here on number 8, and we're just gonna create the lousiest lie, because this is gonna be more of a jig to get it back in play than a full swing like out of the ditch. So we're gonna dump a ball down in there, hit our tee shot, and then we're gonna see if we can give ourselves a look out of here with a theoretical scenario. But I actually haven't had to stage too much today, just this one in the ditch. So that's actually pretty good. A lot of scenarios, other than the full swing on 4 that was gonna happen anyway, occurred pretty naturally through normal play. Oh, this is bad. So that's literally gonna be the idea, is just to jig it out down into the fairway. And same idea, give ourselves a look. Would you want that? I wouldn't. So we're gonna say I skull whacked it off the tee and it only made it to there, and I've gotta make something happen, because we're still like 300 yards away. So this is just literally giving us a look for like the 2-iron or the driving iron if we're in this scenario for real. So we piped one with the brassy, but we're gonna pretend we didn't, and ended up in our crap spot that we chose. This is it. Big finale for the jigger. Can it come through? You can't even see the ball, but it's there. We're gonna take an awkward stance and literally just try to jig this out. We got it in play, but the green is over 200 yards away. So it's a look, but we got a long way to go. But I'm just amazed we actually were able to jig it out of there. I thought I created a no-win situation there. Holy. This little club is definitely got a lot of hidden talents. Other than just being an iron, it's a good chipper. It's a good get-out-of-jail club. So, yeah, we're right there, and that blue is the 200 marker. Almost fell down the hill, but at least we got it out. And there's our actual tee shot. So we're basically playing our 3rd shot in this scenario, 20 yards behind a good shot with the brassy. It's a chance, just not a very good one, but it's better than being stuck up there. So yeah, I was definitely wrong about this club. It's more than a chipper. In fact, I would go so far to call this a utility club of its day, because you can hit it a wide variety of ways and in different scenarios, or just straight up hit it full like an iron. So yeah, I'm officially calling this the old school utility club, because it's just so utilitarian. I can use it as an iron, but I can also use it as an escape club or a way to make chipping easier, as you saw in part 1, and those long run-ups. So I hope you enjoyed that. and found this way more informative than just calling it a chipper, because that's the last thing I want to do is spread misinformation. But like I said before, sometimes I'm wrong. So I'm gonna hit the 19th hole, have a beer, call it a night. New Scott out.